How you doing? This is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh, and this is Trump Talk. Well, ABC, the New York Times, and all the liberals, Twitter, they're all making fun of Donald Trump for calling 2 Corinthians 2 Corinthians. Let's hear exactly what Donald Trump said.
I asked Jerry and I asked some of the folks because I hear this is a major theme right here, but 2 Corinthians, right? 2 Corinthians 3:17, that's the whole ball game. Where the Spirit of the Lord, right? Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. And here there is Liberty College, but Liberty University. But it is so true. You know, when you think, and that's really, is that the one? Is that the one you like? I think that's the one you like because I loved it.
Now, here's the problem, folks. I haven't read the New Testament in years. It was written 70 to 75 years after Jesus died. Some of it may be a work of fiction. Some of it certainly has been changed, like you tell one story to one person. By the time it gets to the 10th story, the story is completely changed and has no relation to the original story. So I looked up calling 2 Corinthians 2 Corinthians by mistake. Now, unfortunately, you can't see that very well. But here we go. Corinthians 2, Paul's second letter, Macedonia, Christian Classics, Ethereal Library, Bible. 2 Corinthians 1-2. This letter comes to you from Paul, God's messenger for Jesus Christ with the will of. Corinthians 11, 7, 15. Second epistle to the Corinthians, Wikipedia. First page of 2 Corinthians from a 1486 Latin Bible. 2 Corinthians 2:1 calls this a painful visit. 2 Corinthians 1:23, I call my God as my witness and I stake my life on a Bible Hub, 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 2:6, the punishment inflicted by the majority is. 2 Corinthians 2:6, Satan has many plans to deceive and know how to make bad use of our mistakes. What the punishment was, we do not know, but of course the Corinthians knew what. And Trump says, there's hot air. Trump at Liberty University is a verse in 2 Corinthians, really says it all. Trump mistakes biblical citation at Liberty University event, ABC News. 2 Corinthians at Work, Bible commentary, Theology of Work, theologyofwork.org. 2 Corinthians begins with Paul's sincere thanks for deep relationships he has with Corinthians. Donald Trump mistakes biblical citation. Well, here's a whole page. Here's Google Book results, 2 Corinthians, a commentary, page 66 by Frank Scher Matera. An introduction to the New Testament, context, methods, and David A. De Silva, excellent discussions of both positions can be found in VP Furnished 2 Corinthians. So there's a whole page of 2 Corinthians. If these idiots of the New York Times and Hot Air and ABC News had done their homework, they'd realize that some people call it 2 Corinthians. Now, I didn't know it was 2 Corinthians. I'm a Jew. What do I know from the New Testament? We don't read it for the most part, unless we take comparative religion, which I have taken. I wouldn't know to call it second. I'd go 1, 2. That's just common sense. If no one ever tells you the difference, I know the difference. I would call it 2 Corinthians. But maybe Trump doesn't. Maybe he was taught, his family is Presbyterian or Methodist, I can't remember which, got a book in there. Got a book on the Trumps and their history. They came from Germany. Maybe that's how he was taught, or that's how he understood it. I don't know. So that's the whole stupid thing. And then to top it off, you got Trump going after Ted Cruz, or about Justice Roberts, and how Cruz supported Justice Roberts for the nomination to the Supreme Court, and now, of course, that's backfired on him. And Cruz has backtracked from that support, saying he made a huge mistake. Well, he did. We wouldn't have Obamacare if it weren't for Justice Roberts. And then we had Marco Rubio in an interview this weekend saying that we should go after the illegals who have committed felonies like murder, robbery, and such. But the rest of the illegals in this country should all stay home. Should all stay here, sorry. So that means the 11 million illegals, they get a free pass, and that means it's, folks, amnesty. So Marco Rubio is much and admitted without saying it that he wants to give amnesty to the 11 million illegals. Trump doesn't. I don't. Let them follow the law. Let them come here and get naturalized like legal people do. And that's not a racist statement. Anybody who thinks it's a racist or xenophobic statement is an idiot. I don't care where they come from. They're here illegally. They're breaking our laws. Go home. Stay home. Apply to come here legally. Apply to become a citizen legally, like millions have in this country. And there's a lot of Latinos who take 5, 6, 7 years to become citizens, and they're pissed off about it. I bet you they'll vote for Donald Trump. They sure won't vote for Marco Rubio. They probably won't vote for Ted Cruz, who supports a justice who's too stupid to read into the law. No matter what he was. He was a law clerk at one time. He should know what the law said, but he didn't. All right, that's all I have to say about Trump today. I'll be back later with another video. But I'm getting tired of the people misquoting these guys or acting as if they're too stupid to know the difference when they're not. Because it's acceptable to some to say 2 Corinthians. And it's certainly unacceptable to some to have a Supreme Court justice who doesn't know the words in the law. There was one word in particular, I don't remember what it was right now, in the Obamacare law. The thing should have been thrown out. But he chose, because he wanted to do a social thing rather than the right thing in the Constitution, to support Obamacare and keep it on the books. And remember also, we were told it wasn't a tax, and then Roberts said it was a tax. So that was the justification for the first case. Okay, have a great evening. I'll be back later. Bye-bye.